All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another round of coffee questions. Grab your favorite drink. If you have it in the refrigerator, you can drink it. What are we going to talk about today? Well, I decided out at the club, a lot of these guys were buying these inexpensive socket sets. They're the Pittsburgh 3/8, 1/4 inch drive. You can get SAE and metric, your choice, 40 piece. $6 coupon drops it around $5. Is it really worth having? Well, the answer is yes and no. I mean, it depends on what you're going to do with it. The short answer, it's good for very light duty stuff, but the odds are that that ratchet is going to fail on you fairly easily. And yes, they will exchange it. If you went back out there, I read in the comment where somebody said the ratchet failed immediately. They took the kit back, and so the people out at Harbor Freight were nice enough. They just went ahead. They gave them another ratchet. Wasn't the exact same brand, I guess, or something like that. But they did replace the ratchet, and the guy went ahead and took it home, happy ending. Okay, now for me, I have plenty of ratchets laying in the drawer out there that if it failed, I knew that I could go ahead and use it. And somebody made a comment out at the club, well, hey, why don't you go ahead and get one? I said, I really don't need it. I mean, I've got plenty of this stuff and I have a kit, in the truck already. Now, other people went ahead and got them and they said, look, the sockets on these seem to perform fine. The ratchet is what they were most concerned about, but felt that it was still worth the $5 price just to have the kit in the vehicle. And I said, well, you better be careful because like on these sockets, I mean, maybe the tolerances aren't what you think they are and you don't want to start stripping out bolts and stuff like that. That's the reason why I'm saying it's probably a good buy for very light duty. Let me change a picture. Let me show you what I'm talking about and we'll move forward. Okay, so here's a picture of it right here. 3/8 Pittsburgh, 1/4 SAE metric 40 piece set, $6 like I said. And this is what it looks like. And it comes in a kit. So let me show you a picture of the kit and what it looks like in the box, which makes it kind of convenient for storage or if you're going to keep it in your vehicle. So let me change a picture real quick so you get a better idea of what it looks like when you buy it. Okay, so this is how it comes packaged when you buy it. And like I said, it's got a nice little container, flip shut. I mean, it's inexpensive, molded plastic container, what have you. But it's good for storage. It's good to slip under the back seat in your vehicle or something like that. So for light duty work or for stuff like that, or you just want to keep a set in your car, I think it's probably an okay buy as long as you've got, something to back up that ratchet, because the ratchet seems to be, the larger part of the failing point on this. Okay, so this is how it comes packaged. And like somebody at the club said, it's great for, just keeping in your car or for very light duty work. Definitely not something, a professional mechanic or technician is going to want. The metal on these just does not hold up, and neither, will the ratchet. So, it's just a matter, of what you're going to do with it. And part of the reason is the metal is just very low quality, and so it's soft, and so you're going to damage these fairly easily unless you're doing something very light duty. That's the reason why I keep harping on light duty. If you're going to be, doing something like hanging pictures or I don't know, something where you're not going to put a lot of torque or force into these, it'll probably do you okay. I steered away from them because of the poor quality in metal, and I'm going to use it to moderate or more kind of a torque and use out in my shop. Other people said, no, it tends to work okay, but the ratchet is that's a different issue, but I've already discussed the ratchet. But between the ratchet and thinking about the soft metal, I steered away from it. And like I said, I've got other sets. I've got Duralast and, I've got some that are by Matco and, different brands that are a much higher, better quality, but they're going to be more costly. So depending on your use, like I said, this could be a good set for you. It just depends on what you're going to use it for. For me, in that moderate realm or better, this wasn't going to work for me. If you're a hobbyist and you're doing stuff that is not going to require a lot of force or torque on these things, you could probably get away with it fine. I'm reading a comment here because, I made some similar comments on one of the forums. One of the people said, well, what did you expect for $5? Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And like I keep telling you, if you're going to do something light duty, that's one thing. For me, I would save the $5 and just go ahead and save up and apply it towards a more durable set. I'm not criticizing you for buying it. But what do I expect for $5? Well, I expect I'll hold on to the $5, add to it, buy a higher quality set, because I'm going to put more demand on it than somebody that just has light duty kind of hobbies. That's my point. The other thing is, don't expect these to snap in and lock and hold well. Some of them fit very loosely. Other comments were some of them didn't fit in there at all. And the extension, people said, is pretty much worthless and it will strip out on you fast. Okay, like I said, if you're doing things that are very light duty, and I keep harping on that before you criticize this thing and consider it total junk. It just depends on what your intended use is. So an overall opinion on these after I played around with them out at the club is, look, if you're in a pinch, I'm sure it will work. For anything beyond that, or anything, like I said, that's hobby related where you're not going to be using them frequently, I'm sure that they'll do you fine. Otherwise, it's something that I would probably consider adding more money to and getting an upgraded set. Yeah, well, I have another comment along those lines. I mean, look, you're getting what you pay for. I don't know what you thought you were going to get for $5 or less. And all of the complaints about, look, they don't fit well, they don't hold in there well. You know, if you use them for any length of time, they're going to get ruined and all this. But like I said, if you're in a pinch, I'm sure that they would work okay. So like I said, I mean, you know, you're getting what you pay for. I don't know what you expected for less than $5 or right around that price. But, you know, it's doable for the things that we just talked about. Next question. Why did I make the remark about being that it's soft metal? Well, because on these 6 points here, I mean, they can strip out on you very easily. It's not a real high grade, material that these are made out of. And that extension there out at the club, one of the guys got kind of mad at me because I put a little bit more force behind it than maybe I should have, expecting it to perform better, and I actually bent it. So, that told me that it was made out of a soft, inferior kind of, metal. I mean, so it's just not for me, but like I said, I mean, for light duty stuff, I mean, so that's the best thing I can tell you on your comment, I guess. All right, so on the question and answer side, somebody had asked, would I use this to do automotive repair work? No, I wouldn't. Like I said, light household stuff. Would I consider buying this as a gift for somebody? Look, I've got a kid in the neighborhood. I mean, he's like 12 years old and he's tinkering around with stuff. I would tell you, go ahead and get a set. You're not going to go wrong for the price. All right, folks, so not a long video because it goes over and over the same thing. People's expectations on this set are set way too high for the price point. It's that simple. These things are not going to stay, in the ratchet. They fit loosely a lot of times. Sometimes I have difficulty fitting in. It's made out of an inexpensive soft metal. It is very doable for light projects, and it may get you through in a pinch, okay? But you should add more money to it, get yourself a better set if you're going to have more demand on these things. I mean, so that's my point overall. I mean, if it works for you, I think that that's fine. And if you want to use them as a disposable to, like I said, get you out of a pinch sometime and carry them in your car, I think that that's a good idea also. So these are my thoughts on this. It's a quick review. I hope you click subscribe, keep following me. If you have a different experience, drop it in the comment below. I'll also leave you a link in the comment below to a more expensive set that somebody got off of Amazon out at the club. I don't personally own it, but I got to demo it because we buy lots of tools and we look at doing things, and I like doing the product reviews. So I'll leave you the link below. You can look into it, but like I said, you're going to add more money to it, but it's a much more, more moderate kind of a set. This is for very light duty. These are my thoughts. I want to thank everybody for watching the channel. I hope you have a great weekend or a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.